Gee, Mike McCarthy don't know. Did you just see him? He don't know either. Y'all asked analysts yesterday, Monday with RC and Dan. Y'all gonna ask us today. Mike McCarthy don't know what the hell he doing. How we supposed to answer the question? Here's the bottom line, bro. I know everybody in America that know football was saying, hey, bro, get one more play, get one more shot at the end zone. What are we talking about? We coming off of off the owner saying Dak is in a slump. We come off the offense struggling. You've been in the red zone a couple times already in this game, and you didn't come away with a touchdown. And this man got 10 seconds.
Yep.
10 seconds to run a play. And if that don't work, guess what? Dak, throw it out the end zone. We'll still get the 3 points. Mike McCarthy, in the words of Jeff Saturday finish it. He was high.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, we talked about this clock management situation early in the year. And look, Dallas won, and they won when we talked about this earlier in the year. And so and then earlier I was like, they gonna get this fixed. Like this is something that's happening at the beginning of the season. They'll figure it out by the time. Dude, you gonna have to play Green Bay. You gonna have to play Tampa. You might have Arizona. See, and here's the thing
Rams,
too.
That's
We
right.
talking in context of playoffs with certain teams. Yeah. We're not talking about the rest of the damn season. We ain't talking about games where you gonna win if you just show up. We're talking about when you get to the playoffs, these are critical opportunities and points. We still killing Matt LaFleur for not giving Aaron Rodgers a chance on 4th down. And Mike McCarthy come up there and talk about the yellow zone, the ozone. I thought ozone was a damn show on TV, man.
Right. it is actually the ozone layer, perhaps what's being disturbed by whatever it is that has everybody high. Let me go to Nick on this. What's going on in the family group chat now here? The Dak and the whole everything.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, to the McCarthy of it, I think that the problem is he doesn't think it's a problem. Like early in the season, we were like, this is an issue, and he'll get it fixed. He keeps doing it. He thinks this is the right way to manage the clock, which is certainly not something you want to do. In football, you want more points, not fewer points. You want the opponent to have fewer points. Fortunately, the defense is holding up their end. But as far as Dak's concerned, it's been enough weeks now where, like, it's reason to be actually concerned. In that game, he had some bad overthrows. And the most shocking part is Dak has become one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league, one of the best decision makers, best at anticipating the blitz and understanding the defense before the defense shows itself. He didn't show that against the Giants. A couple times he seemed surprised by a blitz. He was holding on to the ball too long. These are things that you don't expect from Dak Prescott. You expect him to kind of be ahead of that stuff. And the arm strength and the issue with his calf, those are like secondary concerns when he's consistently making poor decisions. And I think that RC made this point yesterday. Kellen Moore deserves some criticism. He deserves a lot of criticism because we were celebrating him a lot early in the season when Dak Prescott was going off. So whatever is wrong with this offense is not one big thing that jumps out. It's several things, which I think speaks more to coaching than it does one individual player.
So we see on our screen, the question is, are the issues overblown? And what I would interject is, as we know, everything with Cowboys is always overblown, right? When they're good, it's overblown to the positive side, and when they're bad, it's overblown to the negative side. The question that really matters to me, Jeff, is can they get this right? Can they get this right? They've got 3 weeks to get this right and become a team that looks like they could make a super run. Can they?
Yeah, yes, they can. But here's the issue for them. They got 3 weeks. These are get-right games for them. They have to play efficient football and offense. Here's part of the issue. We talk about it as a number of issues. First of all, the continuity. Dak's been hurt. Even in preseason, he was hurt. Then he hurts his calf. Amari Cooper's missed time. CeeDee Lamb's missed time. Ezekiel Elliott's missed time. Tony Pollard. They've had 17 different combinations of offensive line play. 17. That is a huge number of change, or a huge amount of change throughout this offense. They need to practice together. These next 3 weeks should be about preparation for the playoffs. To Swagu's point, we ain't talking about making the playoffs. We're talking about making something happen in the playoffs. Absolutely. And if you don't want to be one and done, you better get it figured out in a hurry. I think they can. And again, Domonique said it best, right? When they were down in the red zone, that's when you allow your championship quarterback to make a decision. By the way, he should have called the timeout. If Mike McCarthy's too dumb to call it, you freaking call it. Call the timeout, set the offense up, go make the play, lead by example in doing that thing, because if Mike McCarthy can't get it his own way, you better, because ultimately you're on the field.
Go ahead, Graz.
They weren't in the red zone, Jeff. They were in the O
zone. I'm sorry.
Get your facts straight, please.
There is that shot. We showed it repeatedly yesterday. Dak is sort of standing there looking at the sideline, confused look on his face, like,
call timeout?
What are we doing here? And we'll show it to you again. Here's the play, and I know that by now most people have seen this, but it's worth pointing out. Right there, the whistle blows.
Yes.
So you've got a minimum of 9 seconds, which gives you and there's Dak. He's like, wait,
that's
aren't
two
we?
shots, by the way. Two shots to the end zone.
At minimum of 1 and maybe 2, and he's looking like, what? Aren't we doing this here?
Turn it off.
And Marcus, you can't.
Are we looking at the same clock?
Look,
like, I don't. Yeah.
Here's and Marcus, let's go back to the beginning of the season. This has happened a number of times, and I can count the number of times on this show I have said it didn't wind up costing them the game. The Charger game, it didn't cost them. The Eagles game, it didn't cost them. This game, it didn't cost them. But if it does. If it does, with these always overblown Cowboys, I can't even imagine the conversation, Marcus, we'll be having on this show on a Tuesday in the playoffs if they lose a game because of it.
Buddy, let me tell you something. If that happened and we get here on this show, y'all ain't got to worry about getting on me about the Cowboys. I'm going to be the worst one when it comes to getting after them in that particular situation. Listen, man, you count. Jeff and Foxy knows this. You count on your coaches during the week to prepare you for situations. You also count on your coaches to be ready for situations while you're in the heat of the game to be able to slow things down and kind of regroup guys. And Mike McCarthy has missed 3 times. Look, don't let clock management phrase fool you. Clock management is about putting your team in a better situation. All right, so we could cross out clock management and say better situation for your football team. That's the coach's job. And 3 times this year, he has not done that. He has not given this team an opportunity to go get more points.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.